So what are we doing here? We're testing?
Yeah.
What do you mean we're testing?
Testing. Testing.
Oh, you're testing your microphone.
Oh.
Is it too loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up!
You like the chicken nuggets?
I do like the chicken nuggets.
Just let me have it.
I'll let you have it? No, I'll let you have it. I said you're crazy.
And now it's
Yeah, you are.
I need to suck it. Thanks for your watching. Bye.
You crack me. It's okay.
Oh goodness! I had to reuse the intro because it's actually today's September 12th, 2025. Hey girls, I did one on the 10th, and then I got a copyright, my first copyright notice from YouTube. I talked about this baseball Karen that everybody's been talking about. Some insane woman who went and stole this baseball from this kid. Wild stuff. But I guess I used a video that is copyrighted. I don't know. So, take two. It's probably best because that video, the battery kept dying. I was rambling. I'd been crying. I talked about. Still tough to talk about. I talked about this gentleman named Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated on September 10th. Really good human being who was trying to create dialogue between people. And there's this mental health problem going on in our country, in our society, where people who know they're wrong deep down don't want to talk. They want to destroy people's lives and go so far as to murder them. And that's what happened. And then the day before, there was anyway, a bunch of bad juju. So I was in a mood. It's probably a sign from God that I got copyrighted. I don't know. So yeah. But as luck would have it, I had a phone call last night with somebody who we got to talking about the situation that's going on with me and us and all that stuff. And they said, how common is this? Parental alienation, how common is it? Because that's what's going on. And again, that's what I'm going to fix the camera. People try to silence me. Insane people that wear glasses. Not all people who wear glasses are a pain in the ass, but every pain in the ass wears glasses. So they said to me, "Does this really happen? Is this a thing?" And it's because these psychopaths and sociopaths in the court system who are willing to hurt children are willing to hurt anybody. I talked the other day, the similarities between these people and terrorists is mind-boggling. They hold people in a state of fear to get what they want. They know what they're doing is wrong because they lie about it. They use children as weapons, and then they profess to be victims. And people of this sort of abuse, and it is abuse, it's child abuse, and it's abuse of fathers mostly. But victims of abuse remain quiet because they're ashamed. Been there. And then nobody believes them because everybody wants to be the hero. There's so many people out there who just they have no real purpose in life. So they think, well, my purpose in life is going to be to help women because I'm a champion of women, and I'm a savior. That enables bad behavior. So I not long after I started making these podcasts, I came across a bunch of groups of fathers and moms too who are calling out what's going on in the court system. It's not a court system. It's a business that these people have engaged in. Usually it's extremely angry women who go and pass the bar and then go and cause destruction in anything they can find. They literally go into the business of the destruction of families. I literally cannot think of anything more ungodly than that. I can't. They destroy family units, they hurt children, they lie about it, and they charge money to do this. First, they destroy the relationship with the fathers. That's the first thing that happens. Then the kids find out, and then the relationship with the moms ends up getting destroyed, which is terrible. So the kids are left completely betrayed in every possible way. All because these lawyers aren't able to deal with their own anger issues. They think, I'm going to go and I'm going to become a vigilante. So, much like the person I talked to last night, you might be thinking, no, that can't happen. We have a legal system. That's exactly what they prey on. And I fell for it too. When the divorce first happened, I was like, no, I'm not going to fight. I know I've done some horrible things here. I'm not going to fight. I admitted my wrongs and immediately started trying to, number one, make amends, and number two, better myself for you guys. Because I broke as a human being. I did. The person that I loved the most broke me as a human being. The constant cheating, the constant lying, inviting men over to the house, finding out about past cheating, and then ultimately, well, they say, the timing doesn't work. Oh, the timing works just perfectly. April Fool's Day of 2012 until 40 weeks later, what was supposed to be January 13th of 2013. You do the math. But that's what broke me as a human being. I went insane, and then I finally... it's funny because I did things, and that's when I really lost it. is when I did things. Never seek revenge. Whew. Okay. So, there are a series of videos I'm going to show you. Mildly uncomfortable. But this is the reality of the court system. The good news is it's finally being called out. And these attorneys that are doing this are now in a very real danger, if you want to call it danger, of being prosecuted themselves. So, for example, here we go. We'll start off with a couple of videos here and we'll break them down.
You know, I normally hate all of these videos that this woman does, but this video I'm about to show you, I actually agree with her. I'm in shock that I actually agree with something that she's saying. Check it out.
This is to family court judges and family court judges only. If you haven't caught on to the idea yet that we're on to you in this game of give people shitty parenting plans so that they have to stay engaged with their attorneys, which the attorneys are the ones that then re-elect your asses with all the campaign money they give you for buying all those tables at all of your fucking banquets. Yeah, we know that now. Okay, we're aware of the racketeering fucking scam that goes on in family court, and the idea that a lot of my clients who are pushing really hard for detail and longevity in their parenting plan, and you keep coming back with things like, we don't like to do that. We like for parents to work it out. Know what you like, and I wish you'd just be transparent, okay? Because I'm pretty honest, so I wish you would be too. Just be transparent and say, no, what we really like is for you to rehire your set attorney and give them an assload of money so that when I get reelected as a judge,
They can't be transparent. They're admitting a crime. I mean, if they want to...
they can buy a whole fucking table at my banquet, and then I get reelected. Right? I mean, just say what it is. You like the racketeering of all the money that we give you and the attorneys and the GALs and the court evaluators and all these other
CLRs
inside of family law. We're sick and tired of the excuses. We're all working together, see? A little TikTok here and there, a little reel here and there. We're all starting to figure out that it's a fucking scam. Okay? And people like me are blowing the lid off the fact that you judges are just fucking families over left and right.
I just can't see any scenario short of this.
Yeah. So, let's go down the list here. That's one of the... she's an attorney. And she seems to have a pretty righteous heart. I like watching her because she has fire. And a good fire. This is another attorney in this... social media group? What would you call that? Organization. Dad's Law School is one of them.
Gaslight their children. How don't they? It's the gaslighting of your dad didn't love you,
Tell me if this sounds familiar.
doesn't love you, didn't love me, abandoned us. Even if she drove dad from the house, he abandoned her. Because that's the storyline that's going to feed her ego. You know, dad's not available, he's not returning your call, meanwhile she's canceling.
By the way, you might remember that the CLR in the case accused me of abandoning. Even though it was blatantly obvious that I begged for reintegration to continue and to have it covered by health insurance. But I was accused of abandoning.
The calls as they come in and not allowing the FaceTime. That happens a lot. It's all kinds of just lies and manipulations to try and get the kids to not want to talk to dad because then they're focused on mom and how valuable and important she is, which feeds her ego and then increases her child custody and her child support, which is what the...
That's the standard tactic. I don't know, let's go down the list here.
I'm a mother who uses parental alienation. What's that mean? My relationship with your father is...
Oh, this is another attorney, female attorney. Yay. They're not all bad. They're not, some of them and can actually maintain a relationship with other human beings.
Over. And now I want the relationship with you and him to be over too. But he's my dad. I know, but I can't stand him, and I'm unconsciously using you to hurt him. This is why I make his visitation so difficult, why I talk negatively about him any chance I get, and why I don't really care that he wants to see you. His feelings are completely irrelevant to me. Honestly, I don't even think of him as your father anymore. Well, I do. Don't you love time with mommy? We do everything you want to do. And your father's house isn't fun anyway, unless you don't love me and you want to go live at his house.
Okay, here's what I'm learning. I have to pick a side. There's no understanding for how any of this impacts me. Just to focus on the issues you two have with each other. It's extremely toxic because I have to consistently listen to a smear campaign about my parent from my parent.
Mind you, this is very difficult for me to watch. This hurts.
I miss time with my dad. I miss playing outside, camping, or just watching things together with him, but I'm too afraid to say that because it feels like I'm betraying you in some way. So I keep my feelings in. And while I'm missing him, I've heard so many things about him that I don't even know what's true or not anymore. I'm being gaslit, so I'm learning to not trust myself.
Yeah. Oops.
Unmitigated criticism. The mission here is to destroy the child's relationship with the father. Some examples. Mother who reprimands or punishes the daughter because the daughter asked to spend time with the father, or the daughter didn't express enough negative sentiment to the father, so she wasn't negative enough, or maybe she was a little bit positive, which would be even worse. Or the daughter didn't outright refuse to have contact with the father. Parents at this level have an unwavering view of the other parent.
I think that's the key characteristic there in the severe level alienating. They have an unwavering view. Their minds cannot be changed. If you point out how destructive and damaging it is for the child, they cannot stop themselves. They will not stop themselves.
Likely to violate a court order, like specifically one around parental visitation schedule.
Custodial interference, not having the child go on that parent's custody time, or to have the child do the rejecting themselves. If you convince the child of all these lies.
5 times during 9 sessions of reintegration. Not showing up. This is
disown me because I want a relationship with my father. That's my father. Mama, you tripping.
You don't know what that man did?
Mama, what he did to you, that was years ago.
Everything.
Mama, he's still my father.
You don't need no relationship with him.
I can't have a relationship with my father. Every child needs a father.
You love me?
Of course I love him. I still live, right?
And I don't like him, you don't like him.
That's not the way it works, Mama. That's not the world. That's not how it goes. That's still my father. And I love my father in my life.
No, we don't need to be in your life. I need your life.
And thank you so much, but at the same time, I want a relationship with my father.
I'm the mother and the father. I need everything.
That's not the way it works. You're a woman. I need my father. He's a male. He's a man. Teach me things you can't teach me. No, he's still my dad. You cool.
this mindset is plaguing people.
Have a father will hit puberty on average at least a year earlier, which is substantially earlier, and that indicates a real biological impact of the lack of a masculine figure in the household, because that's a walloping physiological difference. We know that boys who have lack of father at the age of 12 have telomeres, so this is a genetic difference, that are on average something approximating 15% shorter, which means that all other things being equal, they're already doomed to a much shorter life. And so we don't know what the pervasive multi-generational consequences of the breakdown in familial structure in the final analysis are.
This double standard in child support is that men that don't pay are looking at jail time, possible unemployment, their license being taken away. They are bleeding. And then
I was threatened with contempt of court and jail time because I couldn't pay for the reintegration.
Girls who don't have a father will hit puberty on average at least a year
I don't
earlier,
even
which
know
is
where that's
substantially earlier, and that indicates a real biological impact.
Do you have for guys who are still wrapped up in the thinking they have a good mother with their kids?
Oh, the good mom syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the way that plays out. I can't fight for my kids because she's a good mom, and I'm like, dude.
This was me. I didn't want to hire an attorney. I didn't want to fight with mom.
If you have to fight for your kids, that makes her not a good mom. Like, let's just start there. Good moms don't hold good dads away from kids. End of story. Like, full stop. She's a good mom is the excuse you're telling yourself to not push for more time with the kids. And it's one of those things that we say kind of reflexively, like, oh, yeah, she abused me, but she's a good mom. No, dude, she's not. If she's abusing you, she's abusing the kids. Abusing the other parent is abuse on the child. If she's making it hard for you, she's making it hard for the kids. That makes her not a good mom. So stop with the good mom stuff. Because if you're...
It's tough to watch. It's really, really tough to watch. I get this pain in my heart. Because I understand the rage. I really do. I really understand the rage. I've been there. I've been in a state of rage. It's so difficult.
Understand about how much they're hurting the dad.
The fact that they're actually hurting their kids more. They're doing lifetime damage to their children. They're doing damage to their kids that will be felt for generations, because what they're doing is they're creating a child who is insecure in the world. Because what fathers bring to parenthood is that sense of adventure, that sense of wonder, that sense of going out and exploring. When that gets shut down, it's almost impossible to get it back as an adult. They're not well established in their relationships. They have attachment issues.
This is a little girl. Lost 20 years with my dad, lost all trust in my mom, lost most of my family members who don't believe what happened. Lifelong healing journey to come. I've read a couple of her posts, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. Texas is already starting. They've caught on, and they're starting to create legislation, laws. This is really tough.
You're destroying your children. You're going to hurt them, and that's going to hurt you in the long run. You're not going to win what you really want in the long run.
What do you wish you could say to bad moms in court?
You're destroying your children. You're going to hurt them, and that's going to hurt you in the long run. You're not going to win what you really want in the long run.
I might start crying.
Dads or dad just beat down by the system? Y'all, I had no idea that family court is a business.
Business.
And actually, it's not that the courts are out in the best interest of your children, they're out in the best interest of their pockets. Because if not, it would be 50-50.
There's a saying in the Bible that the devil will disguise himself as the angel of light. And they do. They disguise themselves as the saviors while showing up and causing infinite destruction.
Let's be serious.
And charging for it.
You only hear about the dads who choose to leave, and I know some do. You never hear about the ones that are fighting to stay in their children's life. And I'm sorry, just because you have a uterus, that does not give you the trophy on making all the decisions for your child. And did you know every time child support gets issued, the state gets federal funding through Title 5D? Yeah, go look it up. I have no idea.
To know how pervasive this is it's really tough to know, like, what we refer to as the devil is winning, at least for the time being.
My house now. You might have seen this video making its way around social media. A gentleman who got evicted from his home after a TRO, temporary restraining order, was issued against him as part of a divorce his wife had secretly filed. Now, I'm not going to play his entire video, but I am going to take snippets of it, and I will post the link to it because you should watch the entire video. But I do want to use this as an opportunity to educate men on the realities of the world. And the very first thing we need to talk about is this is not an uncommon thing. In fact, it's extremely common. This tactic, known as the silver bullet,
it's common and no men want to talk about it.
Or the magic bullet, is the very first thing that many divorce attorneys will discuss when a woman comes into their office looking to file for divorce. It's a tactic used to get the man out of the house as quickly as possible, and it requires no factual basis. Essentially, all the woman has to do is go into the courtroom, the man won't even be there, and say 5 magic words to the judge. I am afraid of him.
Immediately, what we allow you to do is get an overnight bag. No, what I'm asking you is, I have to leave right now.
So as you can see, once that TRO is issued, it'll be served, usually by the sheriff's department, where they'll go out, serve the man with it, and ask him to leave. The only thing he gets to take with him is an overnight bag, as you heard. And just a quick note in case you were wondering, the police officers or sheriffs that have to serve these TROs hate every minute of it.
The deputy who actually arrested me begged me the day before to get out of the relationship.
I'll tell you, it's the worst part of their job. Why? Because they know the number of lies that have been told to get that TR.
His words to me still ring in my head. She's going to antagonize you to the point where you do something stupid. And I very stupidly said, no, she wouldn't do that.
RO issued, and they know the guy has done nothing wrong.
My wife filed a false abuse claim against me. Out of nowhere, she just filed a false abuse claim against me.
It's called the silver bullet.
Single state across the country, the number one opposition to equal shared parenting, hands down, is the Bar Association. Gee, I wonder why that is. All boils down to billable hours. A couple will give up on their house, they'll give up on their car, but they're not going to become a visitor to their own child. And that attorney is not representing the child. Their client is either the mother or the father. So they're not interested in the best interest of the child, like they say. They're interested in the best deal for their own client so they can rack up those billable hours. And if they can keep a couple fighting back and forth to prove who's the better parent, man, they can rack up billable hours. I wish this could be like the Daytona 500. And when they show up to a Senate hearing or a House hearing, members of the Bar Association would have to put that their sponsor is themselves plastered all across their suit.
I'm trying to find the one of the wife, the ex-wife, who came to her senses and actually called out her divorce attorney for what they had done to her. Because that's the way this ultimately goes. The moms are being abused by the attorneys. They're being encouraged to do horrible things by the attorneys and the CLRs and the PREs and all these people in this system. They're hurt. The women are hurt. And they're very impressionable. And when someone tells you, yeah, you're hurt, and I'm going to offer you a way to get him back, that is a very savory offer.
Is so hard to deal with. I mean, your kids are being programmed at a house, told what to say, think, and feel and do over at your house. And it's so hard to not get defensive and want to lash out or correct or defend yourself. And I just did a training on it, and it'll be out soon, but I'm exhausted just giving the training, reliving what this feels like to go through when your children are just being, their childhood's being robbed. And I think that's the biggest takeaway I have today is like, childhoods are robbed because parents choose to talk about the other parent as if this child is a peer, an adult, a friend, a coworker. Kids don't get childhoods because of shit like this. And it's so upsetting to know that there's humans out there, parents like this, that have no problems ripping their kids' childhood apart to
I just want to make this
Strategy is called the silver bullet, which is where you make false allegations against the other parent in order to win the upper hand in custody. The reason that strategy even exists is because the system is designed to have a winner and a loser.
The court looks at you like you're always guilty until you prove yourself innocent. You're going to be put under a microscope and they're going to figure out every little thing, and you're going to end up paying $30,000 to $40,000 just because of a false allegation.
A lot more than that. A lot more than that.
Courtroom, I wasn't a kid. I was 46 years old, practicing law for 19 years. Custody law too. But I always believed in the system.
Yeah.
And what opened my eyes is I'm stepping into that court and realizing how big of a disadvantage I was at just because of my sex.
It's an attorney who ended up going through his own divorce.
There was nothing I could do. I spent thousands of dollars on a lawyer. Halfway through the case, I ran out of money. I wouldn't ask my family for any more.
Yeah.
And I gave up. Have you ever loved anything more than your own child? My son is my absolute world. So when I go into a courtroom, my case, and I realize that the court doesn't see it that way.
The National Parenting Organization. Yeah.
See how dangerous women are. Lesbian relationships have the highest rate of domestic violence. Lesbian relationships have the
I really don't want to turn it into women are a bad thing, because when they're not, some are, and they make themselves the bad ones work their way into the court system. You have to have a very demented sense of reality to want to destroy families and hurt children.
is gonna have to change. There's no way. Because of social media now and the way that we can get the message out, it used to be that they could probably keep it hidden. Kind of like me, for 10 years I had no idea that anyone else was really going through this, or that they could play these games for so long.
Yeah.
But that's all they are. And now that it's coming to light, you see that you're not alone. And so with enough of us together, we can get the law.
So there's a couple of class action lawsuits that are going on now to hold attorneys accountable for what they've done. I do not envy what's coming for these attorneys. There are literally attorneys who are now going into practice to go after these attorneys who have done this stuff. I don't want to talk too much about that because there are things going on behind the scenes that I'm waiting to play out. Yeah, I think that's enough. So, if you watch this, yeah, it's really it's really tough to watch in every way, and this is the emotions you're seeing. I'm laughing because it's not funny, because I'm just uncomfortable. I want you guys to just be able to live your lives and not be used as weapons. And I want parents to stop doing this to children. And I really want this evil mindset to come to a stop. But having now turned to my faith, and having been given so many blessings by God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, I know that it's going to work out just fine, but the pain and suffering that occurs because of damaged people, and I will wrap it up with this: I'm no victim. I fell into the trap of behaving like an asshole. I regret it with every fiber of my being, and I work every day to try and make amends for the things that I've done wrong. Children should not be forced to suffer for their parents' misdeeds. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up and go get this out. To anyone watching this, remember, if maybe you're not of the Christian faith, maybe you don't even believe, but the golden rule: treat other people as you want to be treated, or as Jesus said, love one another as I love you. And as a little postscript, as I wrapped up the podcast, not 5 minutes later, I got a knock on the door from the Monument Police Department. As I said, these people, when they go down this road of mental illness, they do things, anything they can to silence people. That's how you know someone is evil. When they attempt to silence people, when they prevent communication, the person doing the silencing is the evil one. The Monument Police gave me a trespass to Alicia's store because I went in there, gave her a card as a baby gift. She showed me these pins that you made, Muffin, and I bought the pins. And lo and behold, don't come back. These are the people that eventually try to, well, my life, they've already tried to destroy my life. They tried to take my career from me. They tried to take my freedom from me. They've taken away my children from me. As I said, these are terrorists. And they pretend to be victims. I take solace in the fact that once I got away from my abuser, my life blossomed into what it was supposed to be all along. I gave up everything for my partner, all while being lied to and being betrayed, until I finally broke as a human being. And once I broke, she attempted to destroy my life and take my children. This stuff you've just seen in these videos is very real. And it's a shame because it destroys the lives of children in innumerable ways. It robs them of their childhood. And it's now made it to the point where men don't want to be in relationships. So not only will they not get a childhood, they won't have a relationship with a man or a partner in any way. Because nobody wants to engage in marriage or partnership after seeing what's going on here. The selfishness is out of control. My life blossomed thanks to me being me. I did everything I could to better myself. My partner decided to steal children and abuse them. I'm fairly confident that I wasn't the one causing the problems. Spread the love, you guys. Don't let this stuff get to you. It's pervasive. It's contagious. Go out and spread love.